The Bulls foul. No. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes in the hands of Anthony. Anthony for three. Puts it in! Knicks by one with 8.2 remaining.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that I'm thankful for the support that I got on my last video. I really didn't expect it to get that many views, so again, thanks a lot. But if you haven't checked it out yet, I'm going to leave a pop-up link in the right-hand corner. Tell me what you think about the video. It's the only way that I can find ways to improve for you guys. But enough of all that. We all grew up watching Carmelo Anthony get buckets. Game after game, we would watch him put up big numbers. And if you're a hooper yourself, I bet you even tried to steal a couple of his moves. But this last season, he just wasn't himself. He didn't live up to his expectations. The question we all have now is, did we just witness the decline of Carmelo Anthony's career? Usually, most NBA rookies will need at least 2 years of development. This helps them adjust from the college competition level to the NBA competition level. But that wasn't the case for Melo. In his rookie season, he averaged 21 points, and he led the Denver Nuggets to their first playoff appearance in the past 8 years. And keep in mind, the season before Melo was drafted to the Nuggets, they only managed to win 17 games. Sheesh. He was an impact player, and he was the perfect player to build your team around. And that's exactly what the Nuggets did, and he quickly became a fan favorite. Having 7 straight playoff appearances and a 3-time All-Star by the 2010 season, it was safe to say that he was a superstar. The whole world knew him, and definitely his opponents knew him. In the 2008 through 2009 season, the Nuggets had won 54 games and they landed the number 2 seed in the regular season. Carmelo had help on offense and they were playing tough defense. One of the best in the league at the time, actually. Sounds like the perfect team to me. The first 2 rounds in the playoffs they won with ease. They knocked off Chris Paul and the Hornets, and they knocked off Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. His biggest test didn't come until he had to face the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And when I tell you that this team was stacked, I mean this team was stacked. They had Kobe, Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom, Trevor Ariza, just to name a few. They even had decent impact players like Shannon Brown. So yeah, the win was in the Lakers' favor. But Carmelo and the Nuggets were ready for the challenge. They've been waiting on this moment for their whole life. A chance to prove themselves. A chance to make it to the NBA Finals. They weren't just gonna lay down, they were gonna fight. In game 1, you could tell that the Nuggets were inexperienced at this level, but nonetheless, it was still a very competitive game. With about 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter, it seemed like the Nuggets were gonna steal the first game. But towards the end, their inexperience showed, and they blew the lead. The Lakers ended up winning by 2. This left Melo physically and mentally drained. But after all the hard work and perseverance that he had to go through just to get to this point, he just wasn't going to lay down and die. In game 2, Melo caught on fire. He had dropped 34 points and he escaped with the W. At this point, Melo was giving the fans a sense of hope. I mean, they actually had a chance. But unfortunately, we all know that Kobe is not allowing none of that. Kobe went into Mamba mode as usual, and the Lakers ended up winning the series 4-2. It's kinda sad. This would be the closest moment for Carmelo to win a championship with the Nuggets. Melo knew it, the fans knew it, and the Denver organization knew it. I believe this is the reason that he was traded a few seasons later. With the 8 seasons he spent with the Denver Nuggets, he averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Those are MVP numbers if you ask me. It seemed as if he was in his prime, and also you could assume that this would be his peak, but this was just the beginning. In the 2010 through 2011 season, Carmelo Anthony was traded to the New York Knicks, and it was during this time that he really elevated his game. Alongside Amari Stoudemire, at the time, they had a dynamic duo, and they felt they could compete with powerhouse teams like the Boston Celtics, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Chicago Bulls. I would say his days with the Knicks are what he is mostly known for. New York was his new franchise, his new home. Adding a few young pieces like J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, they were actually pretty competitive. In the 2012 season, Carmelo had a breakout year. He averaged 29 points a game. He was torching every team he went against. People were even saying that this was the new team to beat, and that anything less than a championship run was simply unacceptable. But unfortunately, they ended up losing in the second round of the playoffs. And trust me, when New York fans are upset, they're gonna let you know about it.
I don't know if that's in response to the boost. He was booed earlier this season, just a couple of weeks ago, and hit a big shot late in the game.
It wasn't long after that until rumors of Carmelo being selfish surfaced to the media. The fans and the players felt that he didn't really care about the team. As long as he was getting that paycheck, everything was cool to him. But I believe that was far from the case, because during his time with the Knicks, he averaged 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. That seems like unselfish, pretty balanced numbers to me. And as I recall, he's done some stuff for the community as well. For example, he talked to troubled youth to help steer them on the right path. That seems like somebody who really cares about his city. But hey, I'm not the coach, nor can I go into the past and change anything. But after 7 seasons with the Knicks, he was traded to OKC. This was a fresh start for him. Playing alongside 2 superstars, he was going to show all the doubters that he was a team player. With Carmelo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook, people felt that they had enough to finally beat the Warriors. But we were all disappointed. Carmelo let a lot of his fans down with his performance. I mean, he didn't play terrible. It's just that he didn't do what he was known for. What made him so valuable since he's been in the league. And that's get buckets. And to make these even worse, the Thunder was eliminated first round by the Utah Jazz. It was one of the biggest upsets in this decade. And to make things even more worse, Carmelo only averaged 12 points. All the bandwagon OKC fans were gone at this point. But we just need to know, what happened to Melo? Because just the season before, he averaged 22 points. Is it the new playing system that he hasn't adjusted to yet? Or is it just he's getting up there in age? If that's the case, we may never see his greatness again. He still had an amazing career though, so it's all good. Peace.